like it.
Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Hello, hello. What's up, Fury? Manic, Eva, Dave, Satellite, PM, Collector Boy, Justin, Brett. Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. Oh boy, am I excited for tonight. What's up, Lojai? Gold-plated mime. Thank you. I got a bunch of new clothes while I was in Japan. Not just the Nintendo Museum t-shirts. And we went out today. We went to the Grove up in fancy shopping center up in West Hollywood area. So I thought I'd dress a little better than usual. You know, cosplay a classic prisoner. Preview for when the police find him. The game burglar. Yeah, hope you're doing well. I had a really good day. I had a very tiring day. We got up early. We went to a farmer's market, got some veggies, came back, turned right around, went and picked up a friend of my daughter and took everybody to a fancy shopping center, had lunch there, had really good lunch there. Fancy pizza place. I had a prosciutto and arugula pizza, but it was super good. Had an amazing milkshake, a chocolate s'more milkshake. Hung out for a while, came back, and we pretty much just kind of crashed after that. What are the chances of getting through the entire Virtual Boy library in one night? Not good. And that's not really the mission anyway. There's 22 official releases in the Virtual Boy library. Trying to fit in 22 games of any type is not a likely thing to happen on this channel, but that's also not the mission. We're gonna treat the Virtual Boy the same way we treat everything else in the magazine. You can request stuff as it shows up. So this won't, I think in general, this may be your first chance to request specific games, but it won't be your last for probably any of these. And then once the Virtual Boy is dead in about, I don't know, 3-4 months, we can do a special night and run through and play all the stuff that didn't get mentioned or released here or anything. So yeah, we're not trying to play all the Virtual Boy games tonight. In fact, if you don't feel like it, we don't have to play any of them tonight, because there will be chances in the future. As you can see here, the official release date for the Virtual Boy is August. We are currently in June. So I believe you'll get a reprieve from the Virtual Boy in the next issue, and then after that you're playing Mario Clash. Yeah. Anything you see here is fair game. Keep that in mind. But yeah, you will have more chances as we get into actual contemporary Virtual Boy coverage once it's out. And then I will fill in the gaps. I will ensure that every Virtual Boy game gets time on this channel, one way or the other. So yeah. Dearest Oddish, how much did you get charged when you got your mobile internet hotspot? I would like to make sure the website you provide has quoted me a charge of $820. Hey Streak, thank you for the 275 stream streak. I will have to check with my wife, because she ordered it in Japan, and she also got it through a third party, so she might have gotten a discount that way or something. So yeah, I'll have to check with her what the going rate was. So good evening, cute T-Goat, good to see you. All Virtual Boy requests must be submitted virtually in red. Let's see, did I miss any discussions of anything, or just, yeah, Virtual Boy wailing and gnashing of teeth. Let's see, what have I been doing lately? Not much. Applying for jobs. Doing almost nothing but applying for jobs. I've been whittling away very gradually at Cat Quest 2. It is fine. It is one of the finest games I have played, but only fine, because it's really just more Cat Quest. They're cute. They're really cute. They're fun. They got some decent combat for what they are. So if you're in the need for a very simple, straightforward action adventure game, I would suggest picking up at least pick up the first one on the cheap, see how much you like it, and then go on from there. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with more Cat Quest. Government Sakura mobile for about $242 Australian, mobile internet only, so no text. What's up, Shadows? The Virtual Boy has digital stereo sound and 6 AA batteries. It really is. But yeah, I suppose we don't need to waste too much time. I don't have a whole lot of rambling to do since I was out for most of the day and haven't been playing a lot of games or looking much into gaming things. Yeah, I got nothing, chat. I'm a strangely well-adjusted person today. No game stuff to rant about or ramble about or anything. So let me remind you of the schedule. Very straightforward, and then we'll get on with it. Tonight, of course, is the Power Hours, and a momentous Power Hours at that. As if your eyes could deceive you here. Tomorrow night is nothing. There are no streams on Sunday, but I don't have to tell you that. Monday is the return of Atelier Aisha. It is a democratic playthrough, so if you want to continue into Tuesday and or Wednesday, you got to show up and vote. Alternatively, if you don't want it to, if you had enough Aisha-ing, you got to show up and vote that way. Power Hours will continue Thursday and Saturday next week. I'm not planning any breaks in our magazine travels, so if I don't know, if things get weird and we finish the magazine tonight, well, we're not going to finish it tonight, I'm pretty sure. But if we finish it like next Thursday, for example, we'll just roll on to the next one Saturday. I'll go ahead and tell you, I always kind of thought of the next issue of Nintendo Power, the July 1995 issue, as filler. I don't remember anything particularly notable or exciting in it. It's one of the few issues of Nintendo Power that I very rarely revisited. So we might be able to blow clean through that one. Which will be good because August, oh Jesus, August. The August issue of Nintendo Power is a tremendous one. Good evening, Two Hit. Good to see you. What pictures will be chroma key into the Virtual Boy game? Dear beloved Nihon, I'm currently making a hot dog onigiri as I don't have hot dog buns. Nice! That actually sounds really good. Mixing hot dog into the rice. Why wouldn't you? Why would you not? Anyway, chat, let's get to it. Let's start talking. 2 games have already been requested. I imagine more shall be. But we need to discuss what truly is the Virtual Boy. What are we facing here? What is this that Nintendo chose to inflict upon the gaming populace of the mid-90s? It's virtually here, whatever the hell it is. As Virtual Boy moves closer to its release date this August, Nintendo... Hang on a second. Can we just do this for a sec? Can I just once again point out how dog shit these layouts are? So okay, we've got the title, we've got the subtitle, and then we've got like kind of the introductory paragraph over here on the left. Music's a little... Are you sure? Because it's showing pretty low for me. If it is loud, I'll turn it down, but I need some confirmation here. It's virtually readable. Good loud actually is very fitting in the topic. Very long paragraph for this out. So this is like the intro bit here, right? And then they start here with current development, go down this way, go down this way. And then it continues in this middle band here. And like the last sentence here goes right back up into here. And then it drops down to here and then to here. So I think the real crime here is just this completely isolated band here that's actually part of the main text that your eyes would naturally kind of gloss over because it's basically color negative to everything else that's going on here. So I had to get that out of my system because it's the 90s, chat. Very 90s, unapologetically 90s. Yeah. Alright, as Virtual Boy moves closer to its release date this August, Nintendo Power is gearing up to bring you exclusive, in-depth coverage of this revolutionary game system. There's never been anything like Virtual Boy, and there never will be again. And you won't want to miss even one 3D moment. Besides showing the first collection of true Virtual Boy pictures, this article explores the games that will be introduced at the time of the system's launch. I'm gonna go ahead and question right now, how did they capture screenshots of this thing? Because I've used a Virtual Boy before, and it is an uncomfortable, flickery mess as seen through a viewfinder. Things being hard to see is on theme with the Virtual Boy. Should get a rice cooker and learn to make onigiri. I need to be gluten-free for at least a while, maybe forever, and onigiri would be a great thing to learn. It would be helpful. And I mean, you can do so much with onigiri. You can put just about anything in it, on it, around it, adjacent to it. Just what happens when you move a GIF in a Word doc. I don't think they're marketing mock-ups. They look, I feel like this one in particular, this shot from this golf game would look a hell of a lot sharper if it was a mock-up. Pictures are provided by dev kits from NOA. Maybe captured from dev kits, yeah. That's the only way I could imagine it. Imagine there's a non-goggle dev kit that worked with like how handhelds have kits to display on TVs. True. Okay, that would make sense. That makes sense. Actually, if anybody's got some time and is already bored with the stream, you could Google up what a Virtual Boy dev kit looks like. Sometimes they're pretty interesting. I remember the PSP dev kits were basically their own, like, microcomputers with this big hose that connected to a PSP. Like a hollowed out PSP. And all the processing and everything happened in the big micro PC dev kit. I was just ported into this, like, hollowed out controller. Eyes are prepared, by soul is not. What's up, Chaos? Helps you try making resistant starch rice, a bit healthier than regular rice when you're eating plenty of rice raw. I wonder if there's a point prior to its release that people are looking at these screenshots and starting to sweat. I wonder, because there's really... Well, I guess we could see if there's some, like, tell-alls or interviews from NOA marketing managers or something from the era. Because, okay, considering there are only ever 22 games released for this system, I think only 19 in America, the writing kind of had to be on the wall right from the start, didn't it? Or were developers actually on board with developing for this thing right up until its actual release, and then once like the first month sales numbers hit, they were like, pull the plug. I wonder if there was some genuine, like, excitement and enthusiasm on the back end before this thing launched here. I don't know. I'm really curious. What surprised me was a Virtual Boy with just a video out plug on it. Yeah. You remember those PSP dev kits? The internet isn't just a dev kit of data that drives up your TV. It's a series of two. Anyone looking at that mess of a golf shot wasn't starting to short out their stock, I'd be surprised. Entire Nintendo ecosystem is infected with sunk cost fallacy. I feel like first-party game companies, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft in particular, probably also Sega at the time, I feel like they go in cycles, even now. I feel like they go in cycles with their hardware, where they will release a piece of hardware and it'll do, like, let's say it does gangbusters, you know? Let's say it just dominates the market, it's doing great, puts them at the head of the pack. I feel like the next system to come out generally has this air of hubris about it. I feel like a successful console launch grossly emboldens these companies to do bad things. Like Nintendo seemed to do fine between the NES, the Game Boy, and the SNES, but I think after that, I think the Virtual Boy has a bit of a hubris reek to it. I always felt the same. Yes, the Wii U, exactly. The Switch 2, I don't know enough about to say. But yeah, the Wii U, definitely. Looking at the other publishers, I feel like the PS2 was a system that launched out of hubris, considering it had, like, basically no launch games to speak of and some insanely difficult architecture to design for, but Sony and developers between them, they made it work anyway. So then the PS3 was even more so. PS2 launch library was like non-existent. I don't remember anything notable from that. Or at least not notable for good reasons. Yeah, the PS2 ended up with one of the best, like, game libraries in history, but it certainly didn't start there. 360, while good, was a real rocky start. The X-Bone, the one after the 360, was utterly cursed by hubris. It was absolutely cursed by the success of the 360. Only early game PS2 I loved was one of the Medal of Honors Frontline, I think. Were Time Splitters and SSX1 launch titles? I thought Time Splitters was later. I want to say you're right on SSX1. SSX1 might have been the first really notable PS2 launch title. Oh, Time Splitters was. Okay, interesting. Remember Facebook's meta swore it'll be a virtual reality any day now? I mean, they have to believe the lie. Zuckerberg has invested so much money into that. There's no way to back off of it now. Rename the goddamn company after it. Like, it is the virtual web 3.0 for them, or they all die. Dark Cloud was meant to be a launch title, it wasn't. 360 PS2 gen was the last consoles you had. They were the last generation of well, no. It was the last generation of consoles I really invested in myself. I've collected other ones since then, but specifically for streaming purposes. Or the great George Costanza quote, "It's not a lie if you believe it." All right, let's talk about what they're gonna be squeezing out for this thing, chat. All their hopes and dreams and aspirations here. Dark Cloud was not a launch title. I remember my friend at the time who had a PS2 was pretty pissed about that because they were waiting eagerly on that one. Current development: Nintendo plans to introduce three games for the release of Virtual Boy, with about 3 to follow each month. It's not a bad approach. 3 titles most likely to be released at launch will be Tellero Boxer, Galactic Pinball, and Red Alarm. Tellero Boxer, 3D robotic boxing along the lines of Super Punch-Out!, and Galactic Pinball, 3D pinball, have been mentioned in Power before, but Mario Clash and Mario's Dream Tennis are new titles that should follow the release of Virtual Boy. Mario Clash may be the most exciting title announced so far because it combines elements of platform games and adventure games in a unique 3D world with both side-scrolling and overhead views. This isn't actually true, is it? I don't think that's what Mario Clash is. Mario Clash is a good example of a game that fully uses the graphic capabilities of Virtual Boy. Nintendo also plans to market a vector graphic shooter under development in T&E Soft called Red Alarm. Not Red Alert. Westwood would have issue with that. Red Alarm. Red Alarm is scheduled to be the third game released with the introduction of the system in August. Red Alarm's polygon-based environment may remind players of Star Fox. Or it may not. It's Mario Bros, as in not... Oh, like OG Mario Bros. Okay. If Virtual Boy had been successful, how many games do you think would have red in the title? A lot. Like at least a third of them. I was like 4 when the Xbox 360 launched. It wasn't like I had much choice over what my family chose. PS4 was the first current console I got specifically for yourself years after launch. For Shen... Oh, Shadows. Oh, Shadows. Poor child. Well, at least he had a PS4. Yeah, at least Dragon Quest XI was good. At least something good came of it. PlayStations, at the very least, have good libraries. I feel like that's one thing you can count on with them. I mean, okay. Like, when we talk about good consoles and bad consoles, we're generally talking about the hardware or the sales figures or something. Like, how many semi-modern consoles actually have, like, bad libraries of games, you know? At this point, Xbox has massive overlap with PC releases, which means they get a ridiculous amount of stuff. PlayStation's got a ton of exclusives that seem to drive that, along with anything that gets ported to multiple platforms. And then Nintendo is Nintendo. First Xbox 360 game was Sonic 06. Explains a lot, really. Not owned a Sony system since the PS2. I wouldn't have another one if not for streaming. I wouldn't have a PS3 or a PS4 if there weren't things for me to stream on it. If I wasn't streaming. The Ouya is cheating. Mostly I really care about the exclusive library. Xbox is decent if you don't want to join PC. Yeah, I think that's the appeal of Xbox. It's for people that want access to all those great PC games, but don't actually want to bother having a gaming PC. Yep, if it's not exclusive, why do I need the console? Largely why Nintendo is the big winner lately. Yeah. I want to play Nintendo games. I must have a Nintendo system if I want to play Nintendo games. Even Sony, like, if I wait long enough, anything I might want to play from PS5 at least will end up on PC eventually. So I ain't got to worry about that. Likely get PS5 and Bloodborne 2 happens. Well, don't hold your breath. If you're holding your breath, you'd be dead by now. I guess FromSoft is too busy with their definitely not Bloodborne multiplayer thing for Switch. PS4 is alright. I think what marked the shift for me and Sony doing less of those weird games attract you to the brand. Okay. Definitely like most of Nintendo's games the player, Metroid and Pokemon. I think growing up with Nintendo consoles, it's kind of like, bad analogy, but it's kind of like McDonald's. Like, McDonald's obviously isn't the best food, but I grew up with McDonald's, and there is a powerful, undeniable element of nostalgia there. Like, sometimes I just want McDonald's. Sometimes I just want a Nintendo game. And credit where credit is due. Modern Nintendo games do somehow manage to capture a version of that magic that I felt when I was a kid playing NES and SNES games. Obviously, it's different. But, you know, when I was playing Super Mario Wonder, part of me felt like a kid again. Which is something that doesn't happen with most games. So Nintendo is special to me because of that. And I suppose if you wanted to be jaded about it, you could chalk it up to insidious marketing practices, but it is what it is. You happy sticking to PC and Nintendo for now? Yeah. That's pretty much where I'm at. Never grew up with a Nintendo. Most Nintendo games I played have been you catching back up on all the games you missed. Yeah, and I think... I do think a lot of Nintendo's market, certainly not all of it, maybe not even a majority of it, but I do think a lot of Nintendo's market is driven by people like me, who grew up with Nintendos and still love Nintendos and still want hits of that Nintendo magic and will buy their new systems for that. I mean, like, Sony and Microsoft don't really do anything like the Switch Online service, where they port up games from, like, their original consoles, you know? Nintendo does that because they know people like me exist. People who love and cherish and miss those games. You know, the original NES Mario trilogy, the original Zeldas, the original Metroids. Also, Nintendo games also make me uncontrollably rush the jump. Game Pass and the crossplay seems more on the Xbox scale. In-house Nintendo flagship titles are all pretty much exquisitely designed gaming experiences. Virtual Boys notwithstanding, yeah. Bunch of classic Xbox and 360 games. Like Cameo, the Element of Man. Backwards compatibility is a legit selling point for Xbox. I'll give them credit for that. It made me very sad when PlayStation started moving away from backwards compatibility. And I can't really blame Nintendo because each of their systems is so wildly different. But at least they had the wherewithal to make make an accommodation for the jump between Switch and Switch 2. Nintendo sure have cornered the market on making you buy the same game 7 times over your life. I'm sorry, which release of Skyrim are we on at the moment? They're not exactly the only assholes in town when it comes to that. What's up, Deep Thought? Virtual reality in the 90s? Yes, the ability to play a back catalog is a huge plus. So. I've only bought Skyrim 3 times, I think. Oh my god. Alright, anyway, onto this horribly formatted center line here. TNESoft's golf game is also scheduled to be released in the United States as a Nintendo title. In addition to Nintendo's development groups at NCL in Kyoto, Rare Ltd in Great Britain is scheduled to develop Virtual Boy titles for the Nintendo. Kemco's Japanese development teams have been at work since last year on Virtual League Baseball, which should be one of the first licensee releases for the system. Virtual League Baseball will feature 8 international all-star teams and a 2-player option which can be used with the Virtual Boy's PlayLink cable. Yes, they actually thought people would play these things together, too. Fun fact, Sega had a virtual reality console in the works in the 90s. This launched and Sega stopped talking about it anymore. Wait, what? Oh wait, didn't we talk about this before? Didn't I have a moment of awakening a couple weeks back when I was introduced to this fact that I knew nothing about? As soon as, of course, you can actually get hands on a copy of anything. Yeah. Hudson Soft may be one of the biggest developers early in the history of Virtual Boy. The biggest news is the development of Panic Bomber VB, a puzzle game featuring Tetris-type action and Bomberman-like characters in a 3D environment. The second title, Vertical Force, is expected to be a 3D sci-fi shooter. Bulletproof Software plans to release V1 Tetris and Faceball in Japan. The challenge of V1 3D I'm sorry. Do you want? Look. I'm not going insane here, am I? I need you to see this. Look up here in the corner. Bulletproof Software plans to release V1 Tetris and Faceball in Japan, the challenge of 3D Tetris. Which I think that's what they end up calling it, right? 3D Tetris, Tetris 3D? I don't think it's V1. Anyway, let me put this back. Click. What's up, Mizroy? Good to see you. At some point, market this garbage as portable console as well. I think so. They may do that on the next page, if and when they get into some, like, technical fluffery. I wouldn't be surprised if the advent of VR, Virtual Boy might come back as an actual VR headset. I couldn't see that. Virtual Boy brand is, I think, radioactive. They could be testing the waters with that at the Nintendo Museum, since they're not exactly hiding from their Virtual Boy history, and they actually have a bunch of Virtual Boy merch you can get. I don't think these games are ever coming back. I don't think anyone on this planet has any real nostalgia for them. I don't think it would benefit them in any way to remind the world of this colossal failure from the 90s. 3D Tetris game we got on the Virtual Boy would have worked on SNES, the way they made it. Interesting. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. The hide and seeks playstyle of Faceball, especially a 2-player PlayLink game, should be awesome. At this date, there's no confirmed plan to release the games in the United States, although that's likely to change, should they say? Ocean America plans to release the first Virtual Boy title program in the US based on the upcoming Waterworld movie starring Kevin Costner. Ocean's Virtual Boy offering will be a first-person action game with chases and shootouts. Atlas Devil Busters falls into the action arcade category of games. Atlas's Japanese development house kept tight lid on the game. Will bring you more very soon. V1 Tetris, the project name, the final release was called V Tetris. So it was. Look at that. So it was. How interesting. It was intended to be released as a launch title and feature support for that upcoming link cable peripheral, which was never released due to the console's short lifespan. Oh, V-Tetris. Ah, V-Tetris only got a Japanese release. Okay. That explains that. Special edition Virtual Boy or headset might be a thing. I could not possibly see them doing that until they did like a Game Boy special edition or something. Nintendo has so many better consoles to do that with before arguably their biggest failure. And if they were gonna do that, I think there was a bigger like 3D VR surge a couple years ago with all the 3D, like we were talking about 3D movies and stuff. I think now not so much. People are already very skeptical about the whole like metaverse and VR and everything. Waterworld of Virtual Boy, perfect compliments. Weren't there 2 Tetris? There were. V-Tetris is, I think, the one you're thinking of, the one that's literally just Tetris. The one we got here in America was a 3D Tetris, and I tested it when I was testing the emulator, and oh boy. Good thing there's no way to see any of the game today. What's the next article in the magazine about? Nice try. What's up, Zem? Thank you. Weird thing, but heavily divorced in the context of Virtual Boy. I actually don't hate a lot of Virtual Boy games when emulating a color palette that doesn't make you scream. We'll see. Like I said, I have played a demo Virtual Boy before, and I played a shmup, and it seemed okay. It seemed all right. Just a shame about the hardware and the intense pain it caused you. But yeah. Yeah, we'll see as we go through the library. Maybe there are some games worth casting back to, but I doubt it. The VB Special Edition be an April Fool's Day limited release. Some of them would come with some clever way of emulating all their 3DS titles. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be... I think... I've always wanted Nintendo, more than anything else, I've wanted Nintendo to be better about preserving their handheld games. Because there really is no access to their handheld games outside of having those systems. I know they brought some of them to the Switch Online, which is great. You know, that it's a great thing that they're doing that, but, you know. Game Boy is a very important system to me. Like, I love the Game Boy. I love the games on it. I love the aesthetic of it. And there were a lot of great games on the Game Boy, the GBC, the GBA, the DS, the 3DS. And it really kind of sucks that they're just consigned to the dustbin of history, you know? But Jan 9 Souls runs well on your Steam Deck, plays for like a slower-paced 2D Sekiro. Nice. 3D Tetris is hot garbage. Do you think the Virtual Boy controller would make a great simulation controller? Have pressure sensitive buttons and stuff. The Virtual Boy controller does look neat. I like the 2 D-pads. I think that was a little ahead of its time. Does the Virtual Boy project its image with a reflection? I think they might talk about that on the next page. They do. Okay. They'll talk about how the actual hardware functions on the next page. But before that, we're going to talk about the technical specs at the bottom because everybody cares about that shit. And then we're going to play a couple of these benighted things. Great video by Console Modder trying to make a more normal handheld out of the VB hardware. Interesting. I'll have to check that out later. So, they want you to know what's in this beast. Processor is a 32-bit RISC CPU. Speed is a searing 20 megahertz. Display is RTI dual mirror scan, high resolution LED displays. They're beaming LEDs directly into your eyeballs. Well, not directly, via mirrors, but they are going into your eyeballs. Resolution is 384 by 224 for each eye. So you can double that, chat. Software is 8 or 16 megabit ROM game packs. Sound is digital stereo. Controller is double grip. Power is 6 AA batteries. Game Boy took 4. AC adapter, rechargeable battery adaptable, available separately. I wonder if that ever hit market. 2-player PlayLink cable, which apparently never released. Release date is August 1995. Suggested price, less than $200. Man. My eyes, the controller does nothing. Tell you the name of the hamster and the wheel running it in the technical specs. Unfortunately, no. Because they did not survive the experiment. Yep. $199.99. Goofy ass song just keeps going. Appropriate for what we're doing tonight. Oh, it's from Looney Tunes B-Ball. And yeah, actually, this is a really long sample of it, too. It's over 5 minutes long. See, in which can you fit normal glasses into this thing? No. No, you cannot. I think the final price is $179.99. They'll probably talk about it in the magazine in August when it actually launches. So, anyway, chat, the moment has arrived. It's time to start playing these things. Folks that are playing Mario Clash are playing Mario Clash. Well, this will be interesting. Because I was curious what Mario Clash actually was. It was the Mario-est looking game on the system, so. I always heard good things about Tellerboxer, which is pretty interesting. Okay, hang on. The library was 22 official releases. I believe only 19 were released in America, and less than that were released in Japan. Something like 16, maybe as low as 14. America ended up being the biggest market for the Virtual Boy, but still flopped everywhere. I believe this. I believe what happened is that the initial launch was a disaster. Like sales figures were just in the toilet. And that scared off all the developers from it. We're not playing them all tonight. We're going to play them over the course of Nintendo Power's Virtual Boy coverage. And then when the Virtual Boy is officially dead and gone, I will go back, fill in all the gaps, and have some other little surprises for you, as it turned out. All right, chat. Here we go. It's here, chat. It's happening. That looks cool. I'm cool with that. Oh no! Yeah, 3 months of Nintendo Power time, basically. Here comes the boy! Oh, it definitely could be redder, but none of us would survive tonight. At least our eyes wouldn't. Boo, where's the red? Sorry, I like having actual viewership. So where are we going with this anyway? Tell me the Virtual Boy has many custom games as Dreamcast. The Virtual Boy, I don't think the Virtual Boy has as many custom games as Dreamcast. The Virtual Boy does notably have more homebrew games than official releases. That's a big-ass tower. That's a really big-ass tower. Mario, you don't have to go in there. Wow, look at that. How does this compare in computation power compared to the SNES? Technically more powerful. It is technically more powerful. Wow, you can actually adjust brightness on this thing. That's interesting. Make it as eye-searing as possible. Yeah, it technically had a 32-bit CPU, which puts it ahead of the SNES's 16-bit CPU. My brain has a hard time believing that with the lack of color. It had to do more complex computations to make the 3D effect work. Oh, cool! I died. Oh, I'm back here now. That was pretty cool, right? So do I go through the pipes to... Yeah, I do, okay. That's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. What's up, Depressed Cow? Strong memories of this when it released. Definitely a game I played. It was unremarkable. Some players got it in their heads to try to compete with the biggest mall in the region by opening up their own little entertainment complex literally across the street. Opening night prominently featured Virtual Boy kiosks and demo units of that top-down SNES MechWarrior game. The place itself didn't last 6 months. Back when malls actually mattered. Back in the day. Oh no, he's over here. Wow, I just beat the second level. Okay, yeah, we can do the room lights in red, but just not the emulator itself. So I imagine depth perception there would be easier to grasp on real hardware. Oh, definitely. I've played the actual Virtual Boy, and the 3D effect is convincing. I will say that. It does have a very solid 3D effect. What the fuck? Wait, what are you supposed to do about those guys? Oh, hit him from the side, maybe? Oh, not like that. God damn it. Solid 3D effect, problem is monochrome. That doesn't help. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about these guys. It's confounding me, chat. God damn it. Do I like this art looks from our POV? How would you like it in blood red? It really doesn't matter how you would like it because it would burn your eyeballs out. Like, it is a painful, painful effect. God damn it. Perspective is really hard to judge. There we go. We're not close to a one-to-one the store demo players and the system home players is. That's a good question, too. Yeah, hopefully it's easier to judge in 3D. Ow. Gameplay depth of a first-gen Game Boy title. No, it really does, too. Unfortunately, you're not wrong about that. And boy, they sure tried to sell this as something that it wasn't in this first preview. Another thing is, okay, this is neat. Is this deep enough to be a console seller? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. To be a mini... Oh god, look at that effect. Okay, I think that's enough of that. I think that's enough of that. That was Mario Clash. Next up is Telero Boxer. Imagine that effect in Virtual Boy Red. Yeah. That would not be fun. Where'd you go? If anyone wants to check it out, the Battlestar Galactica game is free. Not the biggest BSG fan, but the game is fun. Go to the previous page. We'll go back to the Okay. We'll go back to the previous page later. What's up, Booblagging? You gonna punch me? You gonna punch me, nerd? What? What you got? Punch, punch, punch. He did. He punched me. Oh, asshole punched me. Little game, not worth the console. I kind of wish they put it on 3DS. Oh, you can control the demo? That's cool. Alright, I will take that file. Thank you. Opponent list. This guy. Johnny. Sex, male, age 25, rank D, country, Great Britain? Okay. I might pause on the game, forcefully pause and stop a bit every 30 minutes so you don't go blind. Wow. Definitely the Ryu and the Storm opening. This game doesn't even mention Kevin Costner's classic movie gem, Waterworld. Oh, that's cool looking. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, that's a neat effect. I think it, ow. I think actually... Ow. Oh god, I'm getting all woozy. Take a break. Best defense for me is a good offense because I don't actually know how the defense works. Played hours is laying on the couch with a Virtual Boy balanced on my face. Wow. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is mapped, really. I did just get a big roundhouse on this guy, and I'm not sure how I did that. Like, I think I may only have one of the D-pads mapped here. This game mapped like a dual stick? Yeah, I don't seem to have all of that available. Which is... that's pretty funny. Because I only really... like, I could throw punches, but I can only move one of my hands. Killed the bitrate hard? Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why. Hang on. Like, y'all do understand how bitrates work, right? All right, let me see. Let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, hang on. I saw the Tom Scott video on him. Yeah, the way bit rates work is like the bit rate is dependent on how many pixels change from frame to frame in an image. So static is going to be the hardest possible thing on a bit rate because it is changing literally every single pixel per frame. And pretty much all modern internet streaming is dependent on a bitrate not requiring the sum total of its capacity. All right, so that's that. Oh, that's so fucking weird. Okay. Yeah, this isn't okay. You're gonna need to give me a second here because I have to remap a bunch of stuff. Shit. That's supposed to be left. I really don't get this backwards. Okay, maybe I got this. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, the default map, like button mapping here was completely wrong. I think this is still wrong, honestly. Yeah, that's not right either. Shit! Or is it? Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. This is not a game that I can just play out of the box here. I actually need to look at the instructions and find out what the fuck all of this stuff does. Because it's not doing things that make sense to me, and I can't actually tell if it's because I don't have the controls mapped correctly or what. So, thanks. I'm not going to sit here and read the manual during this. Teleroboxer will come back around sometime. This is going to be one of the games that they actually feature in the magazine. So, yeah. Let me reset what I did. Because I think I may have made things worse. Maybe. Okay, cool. I think that's reset. Okay. All right. No. Okay. All right. What else was there? Devil Busters. Jack Bros. Unsurprisingly, a Virtual Boy game was gonna be a technical nightmare. Jack Bros. Important. Read some instructions, idiot. We're never gonna make it to 30 minutes in any of these games anyway. Atlas, I remember them. Okay. Fun fact, this is the very first SMT game to ever get a localization. Yeah. This is, wait, what? Is that a joke? October 31st, Halloween. I think I just skipped the cutscene. Alice is a close enough relationship with Nintendo, they put a game in a goddamn Virtual Boy. For Persona 1 for Last Bible 1, this is the first, wow. Collect all the keys you find. When the goal appears, jump down from there. The only enemy here is somebody. Defeat him quickly and let's be on our way. Oh, wow. Look at this. That isn't... So is Jack Frost a SMT character? The goal is marked by the letter E on your radar. Okay, he's demon. This is the goal. Jump down to the floor below. To jump down, press the control pad in the direction with no walls. So you can go to the next floor. See, it's easy! Look at that 3D effect made. Basically the mascot. Okay, cool. Watch out for the Goblin Brothers on this floor. They like to drop bombs, so be careful. Okay. Mara in this? Mara should be this? What is Mara? Bomberman ass bombs. They blew themselves up. What a bunch of idiots. Giant. Oh, it's the dick on a chariot. I know the dick on a chariot. Sorry, I kind of skipped over all of that. Oh, it's a boss. Maybe I shouldn't have skipped over all that. Okay, for a second I wasn't sure, but that's not a penis monster. There was a chance, chat. There was a chance. Oh, I died. I know the dick on a chair. It sounds like a Twitter post in Ancient Rome. Timer's in the top left. Oh, did I run out of time? Is that what happened? Oh, I guess we're doing this again. 6. Oh, okay. So I've got 60 seconds. 60 seconds for this whole thing? Oh my god. Oh, and that random drop gave me 20 seconds. That kind of makes a big difference. It's like Marble Madness. Yay, I did it. These are boss force. These are life force. Oh, it kind of does, yeah. It kind of does, yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, password. Basically the second best Virtual Boy game. This seems pretty okay. Stage 2 is the Grim Reaper's Cavern. Awesome. Whenever Tomcat surprise attacks, she'll attack when you least expect it, so be on your guard, and enemies may have keys also. Okay. Oh god. Wait, did I have 2 keys already? Yes, okay, there we go. Which is the best Virtual Boy game? Waterworld? Virtual Boy Wario Land? Watch out for the jack traps on this floor. When the jack traps are down, it's safe to step on them. Don't step on them when they pop up. Why are they called jack traps? Why aren't they spike traps? Oh, ow, that did shit like damage. Oh god, ow! Oh, I'm screwed. Whoa, Nelly! Oh, it's over. Wait a minute, I hear something. A bow? Sounds like Elf is around. Avoid the arrows and try to defeat them. Ow. Kind of changes the whole complexion of the game when you're just immortal and super speedy. The path is blocked by boulders. You can push the boulders, but you can't pull them. Move the boulders carefully. Or you can't go through. Cool. It's exactly what I was hoping for in the Virtual Boy. Block pushing puzzles. I mean the Chaos and Horde Heroes. Yes. My drink is red tonight, chat, in honor of this. Defeat Sinister Star to escape here. When Scar stops moving, look out and be attacked by Snake. Oh lord. I mean, Sinister Scar is a big skull. Where does the scar part fit in? Ow. Also, holy shit, these bosses have a lot of hit points. Oh, Christ. Wham, 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 wham. Okay, I think I'm good on this. I think that's fine. Okay. Okay. There's another request here. What is Deep Thought? What is this request you put in? What are you actually trying to request here? This thing is like 90% downhill from here. That was a pretty decent game. I was fine with that. It was a top-down Bomberman-ish action-y thing with kind of a neat 3D gimmick where you jump from one level down to the next. Oh, Vertical Force. Okay. Sorry, I was too dumb to get that one. This might be the one I've actually played on actual hardware. It's fine. No, it's fine, Deep Thought. That's on me for not catching that. Verticality force. Take a break between. No, I need no breaks. I made it. I need to finish the stage. Arnold complains a bit too zoomed in. I agree. It makes the bosses in particular a pain in the ass to fight. Oh, cool. Okay. Aha, 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 aha. Oh, those are power-ups. Oh, Christ. So this is a shmup with elevations. Kind of cool. I don't know if I like it necessarily. I don't know if this is really I don't really know if this is what shmups were missing at the time. Neat is the right word. Okay, cool. Kind of interesting, could use refinement. I think one problem with it is it's hard to tell at a glance what layer anything is on. Like, how do you tell the difference between, like, a small enemy and an enemy that's on, like, a small enemy on the top layer or a normal-sized enemy on the bottom layer? Oh, this is cool. That's pretty neat. I like that. Except I destroyed it, like, instantly. Yeah, the audio design is bad. Okay, that's a screen clear. Pretty cool ideas in this. Feels like a shmup tech demo. Yeah, outside the gimmick, there's not really anything very interesting going on here, frankly. Now see, those giant turrets look like they were on the top layer because of how big they were, but they're not. Those tiny ships look like they're on the bottom. Oh, they were on the bottom layer. Okay, that's the other thing. It can be kind of hard to keep track of what layer you are on at any given time. Yeah, the sound design is very high-pitched and screechy. I don't particularly love it either. So it seems like every level has this guy for a mid-boss. Well, you know. We have 2 levels to go off of. vaguely tinier in the lower lane. On OG hardware, I imagine it's a lot easier to read. I'm not sure, honestly. Hopefully the perspective would help, but there's no guarantee of that. Also, oh boy, I sure do love that constant beeping for low health. Flickering is hard to look at in grayscale. I can only imagine your eyeballs immediately melting in virtual red, yeah. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, the turrets really should be top lane. They look clearly defined, but they're not. Oh, okay. Do I need to worry about these missiles? No, I don't. The missiles are on the lower level. Okay, I'll spare you the rest of this chat. I think this is a solid shmup, but except for the sound design. The sound design is bad. Like, real bad. You're welcome. Alright, let's get some more Virtual Boy previewing in here. The game itself is an interesting idea that could use more time cooking. Yeah, and unfortunately didn't get that, so. Womp womp. THQ has begun development on several Virtual Boy licensed products here in the US, including possible sports and adventure games. Although we couldn't announce the first 2 titles at press time, we will let you know about these hot licenses as soon as possible. I was curious about that one. It could be, like, yeah. It's not terrible. It's not bad. But it could have been a lot better. Boss Game Studio in Redmond, Washington is also working on a Virtual Boy game with the help from Gerald Weatherup, the creator of a number of Game Boy titles, including Desert Strike, Buster Bros, and RoboCop. Oh, Be Still My Heart. Alright, so here they have a little diagram of how this shit works. There's basically an LED bar, a magnifying lens, an oscillating mirror that then beams those directly into your eyeball. Keep playing these games with the SNES class, but in mono, but it's not quite there. Desert Strike sounds tasty. Here's what I imagine the design for this went. Graphics team said we did our best. People are going to remember this game for the eye strain the game will give. Audio team, okay, bet. Alright, Virtual Pack Watch. Steve Wojda and Jason Plum have recently waded into the depths of 3D programming at Ocean of America. Waterworld, a game for Virtual Boy and the arcade. 2 names that really shouldn't ever occur in the same sentence, which is based on the upcoming Kevin Costner film, will be the first American-designed game for Virtual Boy. How auspicious. Steve revealed that the game will use an over-the-shoulder perspective and concentrate on 3D action. It's intended to be an arcade experience, said Steve. It'll be easy to learn, but tough to master. The 1-player or 2-player game puts players in control of armed trimarans. Missions may include offensive and defensive action as flotillas of jet skiers called smokers cause havoc on the high seas. Steve says they have concentrated on increasing the speed of the graphics to create a visual rush. Whenever people think of Waterworld, they can think of its amazing video game. Waterworld always just has me a little sad because what a cool idea for such a lame execution. I'll be honest, like, I don't even hate Waterworld. I like, we watched it in the theater when it came out because my parents were, I think I could say my parents were big Kevin Costner fans. And I don't think they loved it, but they didn't hate it. The Postman, however, is dog shit. You want a bad Kevin Costner movie. The Postman makes Waterworld look like fucking Endgame. Never watched Waterworld. It has such a bad reputation. My parents never took me to see it. It's really not that bad. It really, really isn't. The Postman is as bad as people will tell you Waterworld is. Waterworld, I think the thing with Waterworld is it was the most expensive movie ever shot when it came out. And Kevin Costner was huge at the time. He was coming off of his turn on, I guess, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which was a big fucking deal, okay? So, and maybe Field of Dreams as well. I don't remember. But Kevin Costner was hot shit at the time. Waterworld was big news. Oh, Dances with Wolves. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this was like the summer blockbuster. This was the big one. Everyone was looking forward to this, and I think a lot of people were disappointed. That doesn't necessarily mean the movie was bad, but it didn't live up to like most expensive blockbuster ever expectations. So, if you've never seen Waterworld, honestly, check it out. It's like, it's not gonna kill your dog, okay? The Postman will. The Postman is fucking terrible. It is such a bad movie. I watched The Postman in a hotel room with my mom when we were on vacation. And we were like, why won't this thing end? The Postman is remarkable because there's like 4 or 5 places where the movie should just end and it doesn't. And by the time it actually ends, you'll be clawing at the walls. It's so bad. Read the book? I probably should. The Postman doesn't seem like a terrible idea for a movie. I mean, the movie makes it seem like it's a terrible idea, but I could see the germ of a decent plot there. Oh my god, that line. You're just a guy who found a bag of mail. Postman is an interesting book. Author is David Brin, who might be more familiar for his Uplift books. Okay. All I know about The Postman is horror stories about really fucking stupid statue scenes. All you need to know about The Postman is that every scene could be that really fucking stupid scene from The Postman. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. But yeah, blah, 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 blah. Over the past few months, Steve and Jason have had a whole new way of looking at games. Steve sees the stereoscopic elements of Virtual Boy as just being the icing on the cake. What I really like about this system is that we have to concentrate on basic game design. So many games these days have lots of graphic frosting, but when you cut into the cake, there's nothing there. My god, what an ironic thing to say about Virtual Boy games. Or when trying to butter up Virtual Boy games. Jason and I have been concentrating on what's inside. According to Steve, Waterworld will be finished in June or July, which means it should be released shortly after the launch of the Virtual Boy, but that doesn't make any sense? Because the Virtual Boy is supposed to launch in August? Like they said that on the previous page? Question mark? Also, this features in the June issue, so what? He did a fantastic existential sci-fi noir book called Kiln People I want everyone to read. Me and my dad used to have bad sci-fi movie nights where we watched funny bad sci-fi, and that was when he vetoed. Yeah, it's not so bad it's funny, it's just bad. It's so boring. And when things happen, they're dumb things. They're not interesting things. Okay. Before we plow through the rest of the second page, let's talk about the Virtual Boy titles in development. We got Galactic Pinball, Tellero Boxer, Mario Clash, Mario's Dream Tennis, and Red Alarm, all from Nintendo. Specifically, published by Nintendo. I don't think all of them were developed. What game is this from? This is from Omono Black Bass Fishing. This is the theme for the winter season, apparently. Golf from TNE Soft, V1 Tetris and Faceball from BPS, Virtual League Baseball from Kemco, Panic Bomber and Vertical Force from Hudson, Devil Busters tentative title from Atlas, and Water World from Ocean. How ironic that Ocean got the Water World license. Alright, the reflections. RTI created the scanned linear array, the visual component of Virtual Boy, as a means of producing extremely high-resolution images on a tiny screen. Although the SLA screen size measures only 1 inch, it produces an image that seems to be as large as a 12-inch monitor. Wow, a 12-inch monitor, chat. Can you imagine that? Genesis Noir, that was the game you were trying to recall yesterday. I've heard of that. The SLA technology consists of a linear array of light-emitting diodes, LEDs, a magnifying lens, and counterbalance resonating, vibrating scan mirror. Jesus. At any given instant, the viewer sees a reflection of a vertical line of LEDs corresponding to 1 column of the full image. As the mirror swings forward and backward, the apparent location of the vertical line sweeps horizontally from one edge of the virtual screen to the other. The CPU controls the LED pattern, which is timed to the oscillations of the mirror. This is, oh my god. This is such a bad idea. You may see only 1 column at a time. You perceive the entire image since the oscillating mirror moves so quickly, reflecting the changing LED image. Chat, if you've never used an actual Virtual Boy, it means that not only is the entire display in eye-searing red, it's in flickering eye-searing red. Like, it's really hard on the eyes. I can't believe they thought this was a good idea. Feel bad for Saber and HSR. What 8-year-old reading is gonna understand this? None. But someone at Nintendo Power realized some hopeless 42-year-old nerd was gonna read it out to a bunch of other nerds on the internet decades later. I don't know if I'm sold on the games, but oscillating mirrors, I'm in. Buster, I'm afraid you missed Devil Buster. We did it on the last page. Sorry, buddy. Might have been less painful to just shove needles into your peepers, yeah. Balls indeed. You'll have another chance. I'm sure, because they're gonna. The official title is Jack Bros. I'm sure they will cover Jack Bros in a future issue. Or well, no, it probably won't come up in the Now Playing this time. So it was actually good. It was actually, unlike most Virtual Boy games, it was a decent experience. I was okay with that. Virtual Boy also used a technique called parallax to create 3D aspects of the image. Images are slightly shifted onto 2 different screens according to whether they should appear closer for 2 different screens. So that might explain why there's 2 specific layers to Vertical Force. Whether it should appear closer or farther away from the viewer. For example, an object in the foreground appears shifted towards the middle on the left and right screens, while an object in the distance appears shifted towards the outside on each screen. Objects that appear in the middle ground appear exactly the same on both screens. In the end, your brain interprets 3D distance of an image by the amount that is shifted on the right and left screens. It sounds pretty complicated. It is. The CPU controls the LEDs in the array, switching them off and on at appropriate instant to create the reflective image. The most impressive part of this technology, as it appears in Virtual Boy, is its ability to produce dramatic 3D effects with smooth animation. Most of the games currently under development make use of this 3D element one way or another. 3D adds realism, but it also can add to the complexity and interest of a game. Mario Clash, which is a tentative name at this point, uses 3D imagery to create layers of action, while Tellero Boxer uses the 3D first-person perspective for an in-your-face experience. Atlas is like one makeshift leg to a table. It doesn't look like much, but it'll fall over without it. Just about any Nintendo console without them would be a good bit worse. Can't find the interview. There's a really funny interview with the Japanese Wizardry devs where they want to do a Virtual Boy game because they thought the color palette would make you really think you were in hell. And they were right. Alright, so I am obligated to do some Galactic Pinball and Red Alarm on this page. let us be about it. Oh, that's a song from Donkey Kong Country 3. Imagine when we get there. Nope, shut up. Galactic... No, go back. Pinball Galactica. Beep beep boop boop.
Welcome to Space World. Let's go.
That was a really clear audio clip. Welcome to Space World. Let's go. Alien, UFO, colony, and cosmic. Let's try cosmic.
Cosmic.
Oh, I almost got in the planet, chat. Future is here now, chat. What in the hell? Okay, right away, the physics in this are super weird. Like, this feels really wrong. Isn't pinballs like pin puck? Do not care for the chunky aspirin puck ball. Not. They even call it a puck. They acknowledge it, chat. They own it. Also, there's no actual route for the puck to enter the table. Cyber roulette. Super kickback. Zero G, get with the times. I don't like that, like, half the time I hit the puck, it goes backwards instead of forwards. Like, I want it to go up the table, not keep slamming to the sides. Like, what the hell, man? This is so bizarre. The puck gets, like, caught on the bottom of the bumper when it's coming down the lanes. Dude, this sucks. This is really frustrating. I really hate the way this is designed. Someone misread the lives count as fuck X4. Hey, wow, what's the game's grudge against Mega Man X? Same as mine, perhaps. How hard is it to mess up a pinball game? It's actually really easy to mess up a pinball game. Fuck up the physics, that's all. Fuck up the physics or have boring tables. That's all you gotta do. And this kind of has both. Oh, I actually got in the planet. Amazing. Like, one problem virtual pinball games have had for ages is boring tables. Because on old consoles, it wasn't really possible to have enough, like, gimmicks and features to make them interesting. And then once they could, there was no good way to display it all. I feel like Pinball FX finally solved both of those problems. by having really interesting, like, virtual tables that have features that can't exist on real tables. Yeah. I never liked virtual pinball until Pinball FX. I really feel like they nailed it. I put a lot of time into Pinball FX 2. I tried to keep up with Pinball FX 3, but they wanted me to rebuy all my old tables, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. And then I don't think I played their most recent one, Pinball M, which seemed to be like a horror-themed pinball selection. Bumper Clash. No, it's called Mario Clash. What the hell? I exploded a bumper. Oh, I hope you don't want me to get this back up there because that's gonna be physically fucking impossible. I think they do. Nope, not possible. That asteroid in the center of the table fucking sucks. I hate it. This is so stupid, man. This is all so stupid. That floating rock that exists to make it fucking possible to get anywhere and fucks up every good shot. Yeah. I'm not too mad about it. Kirby's Pinball Land is full of things like that. Like, the vast majority of screens in Kirby's Pinball Land have something obscuring the center of the table. Yeah, it's so slow. Windows 3D Space Cadet demo lives in my head rent free. Space Cadet Pinball is really good. Can we exit out of this? No, not easily. I still have 2 pucks. I don't want bonus chance. I'm sorry, what? Oh, they want me to shoot it in the planet. Well, that's not fucking happening. Now I can hit those bumpers. Okay, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this chat. Let's do some Red Alarm. Good evening, Captain Horatio Magellan Crunch. Space Cadet is the delicious breakfast cereal of pinball games. Well said. Well said. Another legit question. How many of these games feel particularly virtual reality? There's Tellerbox or otherwise. There's this where, like, I'm supposed to be thinking, wow, I'm really immersed in the bad pinball game. Yeah, I think... Honestly, I think the Virtual Boy kind of missed the point of virtual reality. I don't... Other than Tellerboxer. I think Tellerboxer understood the assignment. But also, Tellerboxer basically had a good basis to work from. Super Punch-Out. Super Punch-Out was as close to a first... Super Punch-Out was pretty close to a first-person boxing game, and there were other first-person boxing games on the Super Nintendo. So, by default, that one had the right idea. The rest of these games don't, really. Yeah, it's not really... It's virtual in the sense that it's 3D and thus more immersive, but yeah. Probably the problem is it wasn't going to be powerful enough to do 4 FPS lock. Yeah. And that's an important point too. They couldn't really make a fully immersive experience. Like, I mean, I suppose as far as pinball goes, this is about the best they could do, you know? This is basically the perspective you have on a pinball table when you're playing it. The pinball table doesn't exist because it's space pinball and you're in space playing with your space puck and your space slappers. But yeah. They also had 34 games, 22. The sum total of the Virtual Boy library is 22 games. Jack Bros is good. There's nothing where it benefits from the VR perspective. Yeah. its gimmick of jumping down from levels could have just as easily been accomplished on the Super NES. It might not have looked quite as good, but yeah. That game easily could have been on the SNES and been more fun there, frankly. Punch-Out started out with a wireframe protagonist is baked in from the conception to be virtual. Yes, virtually virtual. Weird attempt at one, Japan exclusive, grid-based horror, FPS where you control reticle with a second D-pad. Can't do real VR with at the very least true 3D head tracking. Yeah. Supposed to have head tracking got removed for price reasons. Innsmouth no Yakata. I have that. We will play that at some point. Right, yeah. For now, Red Alarum. So I guess first party requirement was to have an automatic pause option at the beginning of every single game. Present. I'm sorry, what? Oh, wireframe. Oh no, this one. Oh wow. Holy shit, chat. Feeling for my health and sanity, see ya. This is like a high budget Commodore game. I guess for us it's more like Gray Alarm.
Good luck.
Good luck. Oh boy.
Here we go.
Here we go. Shit. It keeps saying Nintendo Virtual Boy on the screen. I'm like, yes, that is literally what I'm playing. Thank you. The ambition on display here is remarkable. Running around. Good lord. Wow, that was cool. What are we doing here? Oh, it's a fan. Oh my god, what the hell? Wait, how do I... Wait, why am I... Wait, how am I supposed to... Yeah, it's been saying, like, Nintendo Virtual Boy Red Alarm. I think I need to, like... Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a reverse. Now we're in like sit and chill mode. Sorry, chat. It took me a while to find the throttle. Okay. I'm not surprised that happened. Do I have to do the whole stage over again? Apparently I do, yes.
Here we go.
Apparently they both get tired and go to sleep like 30 feet in front of the ship. World didn't need to be a Virtual Boy game. This one, I think more than the other ones, this one's kind of hard to judge. I feel like this one could be pretty amazing looking on the actual Virtual Boy hardware. Gets incomprehensible occasionally. I like where this is putting on. I got a booster. Does that mean I can go? Oh god, I can go even faster now. Amazing. That also makes the game sound like ass. Broken booster. Speeds of 60. Dodge. Hell yeah, get fucked. Guys don't love the concept execution, maybe not quite there. Yeah, I would agree with that. They sure tried their little hearts out with this, but yeah. Can't defeat your genius strategy, still in shooter. Game credits is darn cocky, and I like it. Yeah, keep saying Nintendo Virtual Boy. TNE presents. I'd presumably be much tougher to make firing passes. I don't know if this game would even support mechanics like that. Yep, TNE Soft presents. Surely do. Power up homing. I don't even use my homing weapons. They seem unnecessary. Red alarm. Danger zone! Oh shit! Oh my god, look at this. This is crazy. Like, this is an actual open arena boss fight. Nintendo Virtual Boy. Apparently you just fly right through that guy. I mean, he will fuck you up, but... Boom! I got him! Hell yeah, now... What the hell do I do?
Fantastic.
Fantastic! Red alarm for the Playdate when? There are some actual 3D games on the Playdate, if you can believe it. Should've just done a Vectrex style vector display, strap 2 TVs to your head.
Here we go.
So I can actually tell we're in like a cave right now. Whoa, that was cool. Oh god, oh my god, that's a whole ass dragon. That was, oh, that kind of freaked me out. That was really cool. This is really cool. Architecture of the ship changes depending on how fast you're going. This game rules. This is really cool. Not perfect. It doesn't say anything's spit and polished. Very clear, creative team vision. I think it was just a really neat idea. Like, they obviously took inspiration from like the Super FX games. Definitely from Star Fox and other like, you know, rail shootery games, and realized that if they stuck to wireframes, they could do something on that level for the Virtual Boy, and they came up with something really cool. Like, really, really cool. This might be my favorite thing we played on here so far. I really, really like this. I guess Shadows is allergic to it or something. The same devs that made Virtual Hide. Why does it always come back to Hide Glide? Very ambitious ideas, maybe more time needed in the oven. Yeah, Virtual Boy Star Fox is okay. 3D vector art tank game released way back yonder. I feel like that would have been influential to this. There was yeah, what was that called? Maybe it makes a motion section or something. Okay, I could see that. Yeah. I've expected that to happen with you. Actually, no, I was fine with that. That was great. That was really, really fun. Real big fish, small pond situation is super cool. Yeah. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen more stuff like that on here. So this right here is a screenshot of it. I wonder what this is meant to be a screenshot of. So this is Mario Clash as we know it. I think this and this were meant to be part of Mario Clash and never actually made it to the final design. Oh, that's it. Wow, that preview just kind of ends. Okay. Well, what do you think of our first night of Virtual Boy games, chat? Red Alarm was great. That Red Alarm was definitely my favorite thing on the system so far. Like, that was so cool. No need to look further. Actually, instead of going forward, we're gonna go backwards. Because we were supposed to start on classified information tonight, and we didn't. Not that you have to request anything from here, but I would be remiss in my duties as the Nintendo Power custodian if I didn't allow you your chance. Game always gave you genuine motion sickness. Okay, yeah. Chat figured it was something like that. I said you were allergic to it. Yeah, didn't bother me at all. Dreading a lot of red gameplay, glad the emulator doesn't force that. Yeah, the emulator actually has a bunch of different palettes. I know we saw these pages last time. We ended on this, but I didn't actually give anybody the opportunity to request anything from here, so now's your chance. Again, you don't have to. We can just move on, but yeah. That sure was the Virtual Boy. That was a chunk of it. Like, hang on. How much of the Virtual Boy have we done right now? So let's see. We did one. Hang on. I have a list here that I can use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we played 6 games. Wow, we're already over a fourth of the way done. We still got from the official releases. We still have. This is what we have to look forward to, chat. We have 3D Tetris, Golf, Innsmouth no Yakata, Mario Tennis, Nestor's Funky Bowling, Panic Bomber, SD Gundam Dimension War, Space Invaders Virtual Collection, Space Squash, Virtual Bowling, Virtual Boy Wario Land, Virtual Fishing, Virtual Lab, Virtual League Baseball, V-Tetris, and of course, the real system seller, Waterworld. I was excited because I thought this was Shaq Fu. Not this time. I think this is where Puyo Puyo request came from. I guess that was top 20. It was the top 20, yes, yeah. Teeny Software legit devs, main things yeah, we talked about Hideline. Yeah. What's Virtual Lab? I'm not sure, actually. Got it right, they put Nestor's name in a video game titles for the fucking Virtual Boy. Wario one was the only one you ever played. We actually haven't gotten to the Virtual Boy game that I played, which is weird. Alright, so anyway, I gotta play some Michael Jordan now. Before we get to that, I guess, classified information, Kirby's Dream Course has extra courses, but you have to beat the normal courses to get to them, so of course nobody's ever seen that, ever. Kirby's Avalanche has special options, Michael Jordan has super passwords, Clay Fighter 2 has a speed code, Clay Fighter Tournament Edition has a shrink code. Shrinkage is natural, chat. Happens to everybody. Play Fighters for peak rentals, good enough for pizza party, not good enough to own. Seems an apt descriptor. So I'm curious, are y'all gonna keep the red name tags through the Virtual Boy era? Are y'all going back to normal on Monday? Alright. Oh, that song was from Ease 5. How about that? Really makes it seem like you're really in the game. Oh, wild to me, the Clayfire does want to do Weapon Lord and NBA 2K. And what did the Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City devs go on to do? Well, they're at Electronic Arts, so they're probably unemployed now. Windy Day in Chicago, first practice for an all-star charity game. Michael shows up and finds his team has disappeared. Their stuff is here, but they're not. This is weird. Suddenly through a skylight. Crash! A ball with a note scrawled on it. Mr. Jordan, if you want to save your pals, come to the Egyptian Room in the Field Museum at midnight. Come alone. Dr. Max Cranium. Could be worse. Could be Max Landis. Man, this is serious. Better check it out. At night, a guard lets Michael in the closed museum, in the Egyptian Room. Well, I'm here. Now what? Hey, a door in the wall. He enters warily. What the? Finds himself the entrance to an underground prison. Michael sets out to find his friends. Well, went on to make Chip's challenge. No, really. Wow. Holy sweet Jesus Christ Almighty. It's also crazy to me that somebody went on to make Chip's challenge. Like, how is Chip's challenge not the beginning of your career? Isn't Chip's challenge what launches you onto Showtime onto bigger and better things? Michael should have broken without permission like a true RPG pro tag. That man had a basketball for a head. Gotta eat your Wheaties. Oh, we're doing baseball now. Drink some Gatorade. Rescue Shaggy Bear tell you he wasn't familiar with your game. I want to dunk. Yeah, there we go. Dunk that shit. Chip's challenge takes you back. I want to revisit Chip's challenge someday. I love Chip's challenge as a kid. I know they're on Steam. That's what I... Hey, thanks for saving me, Michael. The other guys are locked up too. Wow. Dialogue tree. That's what I should have picked up over the course of the sale. Chip's challenge. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't enter the password. Sorry. Little dude with the big head locked them up all over the city. Did he say where? And I just kept laughing. He dropped his key. Take it. What is this place? The little maniac holds prisoners here for dastardly experiments. Got any advice? Careful when you open doors. Residents aren't always friendly. Better go now. Find her back to the gym. Found something Magfest this year thanks to Steam Deck demo reel. Chip from Chip's challenge looks like Okarun from Dandadan.
Timeout.
So he gave me a key, right? Did I just fail to pick it up or something? I did. Yeah, I did. Go figure. Damn me for thinking that would go right in my inventory. Yeah, it's pretty good, at least incomprehensible story and setting. It's a high quality fever dream. It's actually, yeah, it's actually not that bad. I don't remember what I said about it the last time we played it, but yeah, this is fine. This is tolerable. Ow. Controls okay. Camera could do a bit better job keeping up with what's going on. And yeah, like you said, the theme is just out and out bizarre, but we already have Shaq Fu, so it's not like it's any weirder. Also, there's baskets to dunk on. Like, how can you hate that? And I gotta eat my Wheaties. Definitely a post-Space Jam game. Post-Space Jam civilization. Animations are good. That got me a key. That got me some new kicks. Ha! Then to make a branded game based off a sports figure, not allowed to put them in a direct sports game. What game do you put them in? That's a good question. Oh god. I have neutron balls, chat. Bono's Kung Fu. I can switch ball types. That's neat. Beat 'em up. Can I just not get out of here? I'm sorry, am I missing something? Can I not leave? You're here forever. Oh no, we can't keep playing this game. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna, before we quit on this game entirely, I'm gonna use that code that Arcane mentioned. What was it again? Can you repost it real quick? MCHLJRDN-23. This is a good font, I'll give you that. Okay, so there's the cells, the L train, the laboratory, L train 2, factory, L train 3, tunnel. I'm not sure how this is supposed to. It's weird. I want to do the laboratory. Interesting, they give you a full map of it when you start.
It's showtime.
Showtime. The heck is Michel Jardine? Look at that fucking mutant. L train, Spanish for the train. Oh! Oh, I don't like that. Those are interesting platforms. You basically have to land on the center of them and stay there. Otherwise, you tilt them and they throw you off. Thanks for reminding me Michael Jordan made an attempt at being a baseball player game. I think it's funny. I think it's very cute that they did that. Uh-oh. 20 seconds. Gotta eat my Wheaties. Gotta collect my ball coins. Gotta eat my Wheaties. Functionally, it's just a small platform that lies to you about how big it is. Yeah. Yeah. Oh god, Jesus. Although, I guess you can land on the full extent. That's interesting. You gotta dunk on these fools. Oh, that's an enemy? That is apparently an enemy. I don't know why the timer's going crazy. 23 is Jordan's number, yes. Ow. Hey, you can't like own numbers, man. Oh god. Gatorade and Wheaties, man. All you could possibly want. Could squeeze in a few more sponsors. Oh my god, are they cloning b-ballers? Starting to think this game might have just been like an unironic Charles Barkley shut up and jam Gaiden before that was even a thing. Needs more chaos dunk. Dude, I'm dunking everywhere I can dunk in this. There's only so much dunking a guy can do. Oh no. Oh, went the wrong way. There is no try, there's only Duncan or Duncan do not. I seem to have... Maybe this way? Oh, okay. Wheaties Gatorade presents Michael Jordan in alternate dimension horror land. New version of Shut Up and Jam Gaiden based on the re-release of Shut Up and Jam, where they couldn't get Barkley's license, so he's face swapped with the first two they could find on Shutterstock that day, called Joe Hoops. Alright, I think that's enough of that, chat. I've had my fun. Alright. That was that. We've also got Excalibur 2097. An invincibility code, which is awfully nice. A superpower code in The Death and Return of Supersman. Lets you refill your life bar on command. A level select code in Pitfall, which I guess if for some reason you wanted to see the other levels in Pitfall after the first one, you could do that, but why bother? Bonus tracks in Street Racer, a 1-minute hustle in Madden 95, and a bone trick in Rocco's Modern Life. Oh, it lets you screw around with the attract mode in it, I guess. Email the Shut Up and Jam Gaiden dev so they can make progress on the sequel. If you want to see the other levels in Pitfall, no you don't. No, actually you don't. Alright. Time to play some Excalibur. Trying to remember that one Madden game was inexplicably made by Looking Glass Fund, Ultima Underworld's development. Oh, that song was from Draken. Glad we're not playing that. Psycho. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, this is the game with the Psycho Sonic soundtrack. Right, left, up. Down. Yeah, Warlord and Raptor, great. Cool. Where do I key this in here? Where am I supposed to key in this code? Okay, hang on. Right, left, up, down, left, down. Aha! So wait, is Spook the final? I guess we go round 6. Oh dear. Cool, I can't hit anything below me. I guess I gotta do that. Oh, there it is. That's so awkward. Jesus Christ, man. You're in a fucking cheeseburger. This sucks. Nah, man, it's cool. I don't want like a down slash to actually work or anything. What the hell? You can't. Oh, you can kill them somehow eventually. This violence doesn't seem like this is not a good game now. It's a shame because this has a ton of potential, but it's got some real fundamental flaws in it. as I'm sure you are seeing. They're in the running, literally. The Japanese version wound up being a saner, easier difficulty level. I don't remember. That ends up happening in a lot of games. Dude, this level is stupid. Timu Highlander. It's pretty gross when... Oh, shit, ow. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Might I just be better off running through this entire level? No, because dog's gonna kill me. By the way, when you're doing that, like, when you're doing that force wave, you can't move until your dude stops posing. Also, that dog appears to be terribly stuck. And now I think I broke him. This is amazing. Coke! Got me a Coke. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Death is certain, chat! Yep, the dog's got me. Chat, this game sucks. This game is so shitty. Hang on, it was what? It is right. No, stop it. Jesus Christ, this track mode is aggressive. I want to see how bad the final boss is. Right, right, left, left, up, down, left, down, 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 A. Wait, that's not, what? No, I didn't want to start. God damn it, I didn't want to start from here. What the fuck? It's only that one song, too. Right, right, left, left, up, down, left, down, 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 A. New game. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why that is. Raptor. Riptor. He's just some guy. He's some guy in a suit, you understand. There's a make Excalibur 2098 just have to be a fighting game. And it died. Alright, whatever. Whatever, chat. I'm no longer gonna play about Shotgun the Forever Man. Oh, that killed my monitor. I was probably ported the protag to Mugen already. I fucking marketed the entire game around OST and all the songs are basically the same song. Yeah. Nobody claimed it was good. Thanks for no longer playing that game. My pleasure. My pleasure. Hang on. If I noticed Steve, the Final Fantasy Tactics composer here. No, we're not allowed to have good things in this reality, I'm afraid. So yeah, okay, we'll skip past Virtual Boy and on to Prehistoric Man. Food gone, must get bones. Ah yes. Those classic times when Nintendo Power writes in first person. Me, Sam, tribe have no food. Dinosaurs steal all Sam's food. Big Chief mad. Winter nearly here. Chief tells Sam to get bones to buy food for tribe. Must go to Dino Graveyard. Many bones in Dino Graveyard. Graveyard many days journey. Dangerous journey. Sam bring friends. Chief come to give advice. Metalsmith join to make Sam big weapons. Scientists build machines for Sam. Hunters show the way. Chief's pre-daughter come too. She refuses to stay behind. Chief lets Sam marry pre-daughter. Sam gets set food for tribe. Sam gives first history. Uguama. Whatever, man. Why was this a genre? I don't know. Titus again. Titus again. Scientist, popular occupation, prehistoric time. Hey, look, somebody had to invent the wheel. Prehistorical Rickman. It's one of the things I legit never understood the appeal of even back then. Maybe piggybacking on dinosaurs trying to be cool. I mean, when did the film Encino Man come out? There was also, you know, the Flintstones got a bit of a revival in the 90s with the live action film. It's not like they ever really went away back then. Kids were still noshing on Flintstones chewable vitamins. I can tell you that firsthand. Encino Man was 92. So, I mean, they seriously could have still been riding some degree of interest in cavemans. I don't know. Cavemans keep things simple. Melee-focused combat, simple graphics. Even I had Flintstones vitamins when I was a young kid in the 2000s. They changed at some point. I'm not sure you were actually blessed with the same chewable vitamins I was. But yeah, I know they're different now. Okay. Nintendo Power is actually singing some high praise here. Combination of stellar graphics, pinpoint play control, and entertaining plot makes Prehistoric Man a hit in any player's game library. Prehistoric Man first debuted last year in a 5-stage monochrome version for Game Boy. The Caveman's wild, good time attitude has been updated by Titus in a rowdy 23-stage cartridge for the Super NES. It kind of annoys me that Nintendo Power goes back and forth on how they break down stages. Like, last time they described Super Turrican 2 as having like 4 stages, when really it has more like 16 or 20 because of how they're broken up. Now it's straight up saying Prehistoric Man has 23 stages, but obviously they're not gonna be that big. Sam has character, lots of character. Been a long week, chat. Let go of the controller and Sam waves to see if you're still around. If you're not, he may doze off on you. Watch this cave guy carefully. His hilarious antics add flavor to an already entertaining game. It's a hang glider. He gets an Ooga Boinga and a sports wheel. Jesus. Yeah, look at this motherfucker. Loincloth and kicks. So, okay, they give you a preview of level 2 and level 15, it seems. Levels include Cloud Canyon, High Jungle, Dark Forest, Forest Vines, Old Volcano, Burning Tree, Burnt Tree, Windy Tree, 8-Man Village, 8-Man Suburbs, Night Forest, Dark Tree, Slimeville Town, Slimeville, Crystal Caverns, Crystal River, Icebergs, Ice Waste, and a Dino Graveyard. Your protagonist visibly an asshole is quite a bold move. Bonk, Joe and Matt, Caveman Games, Chuck Rock, what am I forgetting? I wouldn't count Adventure Island. Master Higgins, I would consider Master Higgins a cut above Caveman's. Bonk could be a pretty compelling argument, because he was a fairly well-known character. And I mean, the first Joe and Mac must have done well, because it scored a sequel. Alright. Pre-hysterical man. 90s asshole characters sold, or at least they were marketed as if they sold. Mario's mistaking Sonic having a tune, being cocky for outright being a douche. I think douche is sold. One night in prehistory. It'll go down in prehistory. In a small caveman village, dirty deeds are afoot. I have not played through Live Alive now. Never. Samurais for breakfast? That's not right. I know, Sam. All our food is gone. It was stolen last night by greedy dinosaurs. This is a disaster. Winter is nearly here, and we have no food in our food store. We must find enough bones to buy all the food we will need to survive the winter. You've heard of Unibrow. Now check out this guy that has Una eyeballs. Thinking of a legend older than the oldest tribe that might save us. Tells of a secret place far, far to the north. It's actually a rather impressive little cutscene beyond the barren ice wastes. Valley, so that's where we're going to the dinosaur graveyard. With their fucking skeletal guardian, Jesus Christ. Dinosaurs go to die. That's where dinosaurs die, little Jimmy. Are you having fun yet? To lead a mission to find this valley and collect all the bones. By lead a mission, I mean go by your fucking self. Along the way, you must also find food to feed our village until you return with the bones. You'll not go on this adventure alone. Some of us. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Dear God. I myself will come. You'll need my advice. Debatable. Metalsmith will join us. He'll make your weapons. Iron Age cavemen. I love it. Our best hunter will come. He'll be our guide. Inventor will come. Albert Einstein. And my daughter will come. She refuses to stay behind. Hubba hubba. If you succeed in this quest, I will allow you to marry my daughter. Well, what does she think about this? Chauvinist fuck. Then you'll become chief and replace me as leader of our village. We leave in the morning for the greatest adventure in the history of mankind. Well, it is prehistory, so I mean, it's not a whole lot to go on here. Jungle Steps. God, shut up! I think we should give you a little training. Well, advice. You need how to run like a dog. Be able to push on the pad or hold down the Y button. Oh, he literally runs like a dog. How about that? Holy shit, he exploded into hearts. I like the attack animation. Actually, all the animations are pretty solid. Strike a jack and like a real hunter. Jump higher, you should bounce on the head of an enemy with jump and press. Can't jump on spiders or tortoises, you ride on them instead. This feels European. Titus is European, right? Alright, Sam, how you doing with that club I made for your journey? If any enemies attack you, they'll take one of your hearts. Don't let them... Okay. 4 small hearts equals 1 big heart. Reimagine an early game called Prehistoric 2. Oh, cool. Secrets. Like a giant thing of french fries. Oh, fuck. Wow! Well, shit. Now I have to start all over again. I don't have to start all over again. Prehistoric 1 was a 91 game for the Amiga. What cap do you have? I've been waiting for you for ages. Strange animals called a Rees Tarta. Wait, your map will bring you back to where you've been. Okay. He's a checkpoint. He's cute. European insistence on having voice lines for enemies is the tell. Oh, Sam, you're such a hero going on this quest for our village. Careful, you must be careful, don't be too brave or do anything too dangerous. Check around you by holding the look button. Give a jump, yada yada yada. Okay, bye. Send your bag of fries cowering in the corner, far separate from a time period, no dimension. This abomination beyond time and space. How did you do? What we brought for our village? That's not good enough, Sam. Damned pathetic, really. You must do better. We need that food. Wow. Sam don't give a shit. Ancient bridges. Ah, there is too much talking in this fucking platformer. Do we need an angler across the canyon? Make one for you. Find the skin of That's a giant fucking cheeseburger. Maximum cheeseburger. Shit. The play control is mostly tight, but it's got a little bit of weirdness to it. The fine controls aren't really that good. Oh, when you land from a... I thought they were a fucking platform. What gives? Why'd I get shoved off of it? Also, you apparently start the game with 16 continues. Which is kind of insane. Cool, I made it. Collision detection is a little jerk from the sprites. Yeah, when you land from a really high jump, he bounces, which is enough to really kind of fuck up your fine control. Kind of an interesting mechanic. If you kill the enemy that hits you, it'll drop 4 small hearts. If you collect all of them, you get your heart back. But only that enemy. You can't kill other enemies for health drops. What is that? I think it made me invulnerable. It's a pretty funny arcade. Okay, I appreciate that you can wombo combo the bosses, or at least that boss. Alright, Sam, how'd you do? What did you bring for our village? Come on, Sam, you missed more than half. Wake up, boy, do better. I'm not sure I want to play a game that's gonna ridicule me for not getting enough junk per stage. Done, Sam, made the hang glider, run until it inflates and jump. Once you're flying, you must keep diving to gain speed. Sounds like the... oh, fuck. Sounds like the cape from... hello. Yeah, it's the cape from Mario World, just a little more awkward. Shit. Hey, you can't fly that thing around here. You got a license for that? No, you're in big trouble, fella. You must pay a fine of 15 diamonds. You got 7. You have to go get some more. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. A cab, chat. All cavemen are bastards. A-cab has always existed, as it turns out. Oh, and apparently, according to Nintendo Power, there are only 15 gems, so you gotta get them all. Even tight as usual output, that seemed... yeah, that was fine. That was competent. I have no complaints about that. I don't think it deserved the tongue bathing that Nintendo Power gave it. The controls are competent. The animations are good. There's too much talking. Jesus Christ. I wish all these other characters just shut the fuck up. They should have sent him on his own to get the bones. Izzy's quest for the Olympic rings. Remember Izzy? The mascot of the 1996 Olympic Games? Of course you don't. Who gives a shit? U.S. Gold! Make her flashback the Incredible Hulk brings adventure fans a unique challenge. Save the Olympic torch from being snuffed out forever. Fiendish forces have stolen the Eternal Flame used to light the torch. Izzy, the impish mascot of the 1996 Games, must elude the dastardly Ring Guardians and find the 5 hidden Olympic rings so you can travel Atlanta and light the torch. Whatever. Who gives a shit? He can morph into different things, like a javelin and a hang glider. May 6 was Georgian pipe bombs. I have to kill the Planteers so you can take the ring. Yeah, they really did all this just assuming people would love Izzy. I wasn't expecting the Virtual Boy games to be among the better options tonight. Yeah. Your 5 rings again, enlightenment victory. Symbolism of Izzy represents the greed of the Olympic organization. Diabolical Ring Guardians never seem to give up. Izzy will face some of his nastiest challenges as he climbs rocks that defy gravity on his way to the reality vortex. Huh. That's weird. Symbolism of Izzy represents the greed of the... Yep. Alright, I think we can gloss over this one, right, chat? I don't really care. And I think we can probably skate through Counselor's Corner as well. Talking Olympic mascots, I'll mention the mascots from the one in Australia. They were designed by... Yeah, I think that's been brought up before, in fact. The furry artist ones. Illusion of Gaia, how to defeat this Viper in the Sky Garden. If I remember correctly, the Viper in the Sky Garden was one of the easiest bosses in the entire game. Like, you just run up on him and smack the shit out of him. And then the Sandfanger, I almost died fighting the Sandfanger, but once I figured out the pattern, I just didn't take any more damage. Then Brandish, how do I fix a broken sword? Cannot be repaired. Oh, Brandish has weapon durability, huh? How do I get to Ruins Area 6? How do I defeat the Ninja in Cave B1? Defeat the ninja with your sword. If you raise your levels to 50, there's an easier way. What else we got? True Lies. Defeat the terrorists in the restroom. Disable computers. Get the one up under the chateau. And Desert Strike. More lives. Where's the best co-pilot name? One of the things about the Strike games I remember from reading features is like you have to rescue additional co-pilots, and the best one is always hidden away somewhere. And then some Q&A fast facts. NHL Stanley Cup. In best of 7 mode, you play with one player? No. Why am I penalized so much? Avoid excessive checking. Teams the best? LA and Montreal. True Lies was good. I really enjoyed True Lies. That was a fun game. Super Bomber 2. You need a multi-tap. Playing Gold Bomberman mode was a red squiggle on the roulette will represent. Sounds make you walk slow. Elite Soccer were the best teams. Italy and Brazil. Control my goalie. No. How to perform defensive hits. Press the A button. Really makes Stanley Cup sound good there. Alright, I think this is where... No, Arcane, I'm good. I think I'm about ready to wrap up for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and close down requests. Let's talk through this one, and then we'll end on whatever's after this. This weird thing. Yeah, I'm curious about this weird thing. How long is this? Okay. Yeah, I'm not... I'm not taking any requests on this one because obviously I can't play it. But welcome to the Tour de Nintendo, as they call it. Two of America's most popular pastimes. Eating and shooting. Make tracks together with Life Fitness Entertainment System. Play specially designed Super NES games while riding a special stationary bike. Pac-Man Ghost on the background of the second. We'll have to see that. Game control with your feet. That's the unique promise of the Life Fitness Exertainment System. Probably an unusual collaboration between NOA and Life Fitness, a world leader in exercise equipment. Connect a Super NES to a Life Cycle bike via an Exertainment adapter module and pop in a cartridge. Instead of a boring half-hour staring at a wall, you can race a mountain bike through mountains, snow, fire, and ice. Switch courses and vehicles of the turbo-powered Demons of Speed. There's a speed racer for this fucking thing. You're fending off cut-through competition to race up hills and down canyons, the fastest cars on Earth. The faster you pedal, the faster your car goes. That's adorable. Mountain bike rally and speed racer. You choose. How it works. Exertainment module connects the life cycle with Super NES. Contains a special processor that converts your pedaling speed into a digital bit stream and sends it to the game system. They offer 2 Exertainment models. The 3500X comes with a life cycle. Exertainment modules. Yada yada yada. Playing footsie with the Super NES, surprisingly intuitive. Thanks in part to the good feel of the controller. Takes a bit of experience to get used to the stiff resistance you'll feel pedaling uphill. Oh, I guess this bike is programmed to increase resistance when you go uphill in a game or something. One model made for gyms, but full-on built-in SNES and Monitor. That's cool. They have a life fitness manager thing to track all your health stats and whatnot. In the works, Life Fitness engineers are developing a recumbent life cycle with an exertainment system scheduled to ship this fall. Also developing a turnkey system for health clubs. Yeah. Oh god, those ghosts. That's pretty fucked up. Look at this glossy-ass Pac-Man. That's creepy. Life Fitness is partner of software creation to give Nintendo Power an exclusive first look at the Pac-Man game with 3D graphics. Aaron's favorite Big Mouth has been given arms, legs, and arsenal of goofy weapons for offing greedy ghosts. The faster you pedal the life cycle, the faster he goes. Love old 3D renders from this era. I always find them off-putting. I've never been able to get with them. Life Fitness still exists to this day. No shit. That's amazing. Speed Racer began this fall. Everyone's favorite cartoon lead foot and related rubber. The Exertainment starting line. Radical Entertainment kept the chopper blades, gripper tires, and leaping ability from accolades. The original Super NES version of Speed Racer. Now you determine your vehicle's speed with your legs instead of your thumb. Beware the sound of vroom vroom and speed tires squealing. If you skid sideways in a turn, can send you into sing endless choruses of Go Speed Racer, go. This is a photo of Pac-Man 2's bipolar hero and his depressive sight. Tetris and Dr. Mario. Pedaling harder won't change the speed of the falling blocks. Instead, you rack up time credits that can help you out deep into the game when you've rung up at 100,000 points or more. Okay. Good way to keep your brain occupied while you're mindlessly pedaling. So try your hand at some Tetris. Literally go on their site right now. I used to own a stationary bike by them. It was nice. Had a big LCD screen showing bits of data. That's cool. Mountain bike rally. Yeah. Mountain bike simulator. Cool. All right, chat. I'm gonna call it there. When we come back on Thursday, we'll come back to, I guess, the Game Boy games, or just this one Game Boy game, and we'll play some Jungle Strike, the sequel to Desert Strike. Unfortunately, on Game Boy. We'll get Mr. 3D on our on our squad. But yeah. So anyway, tomorrow night is nothing, chat. No stream tomorrow night. There's no streams on Sunday. Monday, we're back with Atelier Aisha, our Democratic playthrough thereof. So remember, you got to be there to vote. Tuesday and Wednesday will be determined by the vote. We'll be back here on Thursday. I think we can finish the magazine on Thursday and start July on Saturday. Not Sunday. Nothing happens on Sundays. On 3D for what's in his pants. Were our co-pilots named like porn actors? Maybe they were drafted straight from the studio. And next Friday, probably, I am planning to do some kind of request stream. Like a wheel or something on Friday. So keep an eye out on Monday for the start of that. Twitch is actually closed on Sundays. So yeah. Alright, chat. Let me go send you off to raid somebody, and then I'm going to crash. I am tired. It's been a long week, and I am exhausted. Ooh, here we go. I'm going to, oh god, why is she doing this? I'm going to send you over to iOS tonight. She is playing Phantasy Star, the original, a no mapping challenge. This girl is a real masochist sometimes. Oh no, indeed. Alright, gang. Anyway, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for not only the Power Hours, but the first night of the Virtual Boy. And you know what? It could have been a lot worse. I really, really liked that Red Alarm game. Jack Bros is solid. Tellero Boxer. I do want to learn how to play Tellero Boxer eventually. It was a good time. Good time had by all, I hope. I hope you had a good time. And hopefully I will see you on Monday for the momentous return of Atelier Aisha. Until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.